Now, they told us that we mattered as long as we voted how they wanted, of course. They said we were powerful as long as that power stayed on the leash. But now black voices are breaking rank. And suddenly, we're the problem. Nope, we're just not asleep anymore. Same thing. You're about to witness the unraveling of the illusion. Let's roll it.
So my master's thesis was about why are black women voting for the Democrat Party, even though it's not necessarily materializing into any actual change. A lot of people obviously were like looking at me like, girl, like, what do you mean? Like, why are you asking that question? Because it was so obvious to them. Like, what are we gonna do? Vote for Republicans? And I was like, that's not the question. The question was, why year after year, election after election, why do we in droves vote for the Democrat Party? A lot of black women vote because they feel like it's our responsibility to vote because people work so hard for us to vote. Which I get it. I understand that concept. The thing is, they were fighting for the right to vote because they believed that voting would be the key for equality and equity within their society. And what we have found, not necessarily true. Issues, our concerns are very similar to the issues and the concerns of people in 1960. I would love to hear from you. Why do you continue to vote for the Democrat Party despite knowing like they don't give a fuck about us? If you want to read the thesis, it's going to be in the bio. You already know.
Boom. Now that's the question. Not are you Republican, but why are you still loyal to a system, or a party rather, that's not loyal to us? This ain't about disrespecting the past. It's about not repeating it, for God's sake. They told us voting blue. They basically conditioned us to believe that voting blue is somehow honoring our ancestors. But it looks more like honoring our oppressors in new clothes. But I want y'all to keep watching, because this gets deeper.
This message is for nobody but the black Democrats. You guys are the most pathetic group of people I ever met. You call MAGA a cult. You motherfuckers the real cult. Y'all follow anything. Anything. Now let me say this. The way they use y'all weirdos, y'all might as well be kids. Let them file you on their taxes. Them, they, us. You know who I'm talking about. And the emasculation of black men is over. All men, it's over. And y'all call yourself woke. Well, it's bedtime, black Democrats. Go to sleep. And yeah, I said it.
I can't get past that whole, might as well let them fire y'all on y'all time. Man, that was crazy. But this is what happened when symbolism replaces standards. Look, man, Kamala, I'm so happy she didn't get in office, but she locked up more brothers. There's some gang units, but y'all cheered because she wore, Timbs and played spades. Basically, that was the illusion she tried to give, right? You weren't voting for a leader. You were voting for a photo op. And while you clapped, they smiled. Because the trick still worked. But now, the trick is old, and people finally starting to wake up. I want y'all to watch this.
This is how it started. I'm talking about how it kept going. I had my cousin on the phone with me one day. He was going like, oh, man, I fucking hate Republicans because they this, they racist, they that, they blah, blah, blah. He's like, and the main reason why I don't like them is, why do you like them? Oh, fuck no, motherfucker. You ain't gonna, you're not gonna do that.
Right.
I'm not gonna let you do that. You're not gonna sit here and know for an absolute fact that you don't know why you don't like these motherfuckers, other than the fact that someone told you not to as a child, and you've been doing the exact same thing your whole life. Because you never read a book on it. You never looked it up. You want to find out why I like them so you can rebut what I had to say because you don't have an actual answer in your head. You ran to that dark spot in your mind where there actually is no information. So rather than just admit that, you try to flip the conversation back on me. I just laughed at him and hung up the goddamn phone.
I know that's right.
Stupid motherfucker.
It was what he said. It's how he said it at the end. But let's be real. Most people screaming about Republicans can't even explain to you a tax policy, a policy period. They usually have no point of reference in why they are centered in their hatred towards the Republican Party. They just recycle what they were raised on, just like I used to. Not using any research, just going off emotional blackmail, I guess, ancestral blackmail with inside of me. You inherit opinions instead of earning them. And Democrats love that because uninformed loyalty is the easiest con to exploit. It's time to flip the mirror, though. Look at us.
I got a question to all the motherfuckers that play victim. Like, think about it. If you guys are so tired of systematic oppression and all that stupid shit, like, you do know that if 1,000 of you motherfuckers came together, that if y'all all put $1,000 together, you know how much money that will be? And y'all gonna take that money, build this out of your own communities and shit like that. You know what shit y'all always talking about, like how y'all waiting on the white man to just put the money into your communities so y'all can go fuck it up and shit like that. Listen, y'all could have took that $500,000 that y'all gave to that kid that murdered the other kid. Y'all could have did something with that shit. Put something together. You know, put y'all brains together, learn some shit, learn how to double, quadruple the money and shit like that, and just keep building inside of the community. But what y'all do? Y'all wanted to stick it to the white man and shit like that. They wanted to prove a point and shit like, oh, we're tired of the dumb shit and all that stupid shit. But y'all just won't. They'll do anything else but get your shit together.
They scream, build black, but we fund chaos. We say fight oppression, but refuse to manage our own communities. That ain't on Trump. That ain't on DeSantis. That's on us. We got to take some level of responsibility, and the Democrat Party thrives on this dysfunction. Because as long as we're distracted, we never demand accountability. But I'm here to say, this guy's right here to say not anymore.
And black people always vote Democrat. Y'all can't never give me a reason why y'all vote Democrat. Because y'all father was Democrat, y'all mother was a Democrat, y'all grandmother was a Democrat. So now y'all want to be Democrats?
Yeah, that's
so
how
it's
it
traditional.
Works.
Stop voting. Just do me a favor and stop voting. So let me bring you home. So I'm sitting here watching CBS Mornings. There's this African-American lady on the news. She's being interviewed by a Caucasian man. He asked her, who do you want to be president? She says, Kamala Harris. He proceeds to say, why do you want Kamala Harris to be the president? She says, I don't have a reason. I just want her to be the president because she will be the first African-American woman in the White House. That is such a stupid reason. So you don't want Kamala Harris to be president in the White House for anything resourceably she can bring to you?
I'm sorry, but I got to rewind to when he was like, that was such a stupid reason. Hold on.
African-American woman in the White House. That is such a stupid reason. So you don't want Kamala Harris to be president in the White House for anything resourceably she can bring to you as a black woman, or anything resourceably she can do for your black men, which I'm going to get to that in a minute, about these young black boys. You just want her in there because she'll be black. A little bit of black. Stop voting. Now let me bring you home. Really home. So you want Kamala Harris to be the president as a black woman when this lady used to prosecute our black men. Her hand and her feet are still in there. And if she does become president, think about it. It's over for the black men, including young boys, if they F up. Make it make sense. Don't vote her in the White House because she's black. Y'all better be listening about what she can do. And think about it. Every year y'all vote Democrat, they really don't do merch. They don't do merch. And that's where y'all acknowledge that too, because technically she would not even be the first African-American lady in the White House or in legislature.
Boom.
Shirley Chisholm, I do believe, reigned in legislature back in 1968, somewhere in there. Google it. And then Michelle Obama was the second. And technically Kamala would be the third, if you really want to be technical. I guess. But why are y'all still voting Democrat?
This right here. You question the party and they treat you obviously like a traitor. Like you just committed the worst sin in the world. You leave the party and they treat you like an enemy. You speak the truth. Oh, suddenly you just anti-black. Sounds like freedom to you. All right. That ain't a party. That's psychological. That's a psychological plantation with Wi-Fi and hashtags. Did I just snorkel? Wow. Oh, wow. Now I want y'all to watch this man close it all out, though.
Grand rising, everybody, but this is my message to black Democratic voters. I am a true independent. I am in the middle. I'm going to vote based on the person, and I'm going to vote based on the policies. But with what happened in this last election, it should be your final straw to start doing the same, and here's the reason why. There are multiple books coming out in reference to this last administration and what happened. And it's going to prove without a shadow of a doubt that the Democratic voters were lied to. It's especially true for black voters. If you go and just look up the books, these books are written by people who was tied to the Biden administration. This ain't got nothing to do on the Republican side. Everything on the Democratic side in this past administration, showing that you were lied to on multiple fronts. If you come in the comments in your feelings, it proves you don't want to go to see what was said to you. You were misled, and I'm going to say it again. You were lied to. That should be a huge red flag moving forward, and it should force you to hold anybody you're going to vote for accountable.
Exactly.
But what happened was it exposed them for what they've been doing. This time it's just put out on Front Street, and there's no way to deny it. It's honestly and truly sad to me. I'm not going to say that any candidate is the end all be all. What I am saying is you have to start moving to the point where at least you're being told the truth. We're talking about politics here, so it's going to be some lying. It's going to be some things left out and everything like that. But in this instance, there was nothing taken out of context. You were lied to. One of the biggest things, and mind you, we talked about this, just putting it out there for people to understand. 44, the Messiah, Barack Obama, did not support Kamala being VP. Neither did Joe Biden. Neither did the damn party. They only did it to appease black people because they know we are the strongest base, especially black women. And for me, what makes that a slap in the face is because she wasn't a black woman. She is a proud Indian Irish woman. This is a fact. But y'all supported it and they threw it at y'all because they knew for a fact if they did not nominate her, they would have lost y'all. Now you should leave because it's proof that you were lied to. Lastly, what she did the night that she lost by not coming out and speaking to the people, that should tell you something.
Tell you everything.
But the biggest underlying fact of all of this is you have to be mad at the party, because my whole thing is, how can you trust them again after this last attempt at any type of, I don't even know what to call it. Like this, everything was blatant. And when it came to the black women and the black dudes that raised that money for her, where's that money at? Where's it at? So it's up to y'all to do whatever y'all want to do. I know for me, like I always say in my videos, I focus on local elections because that's the most important. I would just say people get more involved and make sure you know what's going on locally. But most importantly, make sure you know who your candidates are and what your party stands for.
Listen, man, you were lied to, point blank. My guy right here just laid it all out. The books are coming. The proof is already out. And it's all from inside. Well, you see where it's coming from. And obviously, these are conversations that were prior to Trump winning the election. But if Kamala didn't represent y'all, black women. If she didn't represent y'all, no, I guess what I'm trying to say is she was just a representation, but they were trying to symbolize her likeness, rather. So I'm saying it to say she was never chosen for progress. She was chosen for manipulation. Shout out to these black voters, man. Seeing through the red flags and holding these people accountable. Y'all be safe. Go check on somebody today. You can quite literally be saving their life. Peace.